So it's not just notes, it's chords, it's everything that you got to grasp. So now suddenly, just move that shape once, you have F. And a lot of these shapes continue to be movable. And here's the thing, someone you know might be want to play along with you, whatever. And they're strumming the chords, in a basic fashion. There's nothing wrong with that. That's all well and good, but you might want to play these inversions. You might want to use that, play the B somewhere else using a D chord shape. You might just want to play a regular B major chord with a little chord inversion and forget about the B7. This is the kind of interesting stuff you can do. You can play the E chord with a D chord shape. And it'll sound nice with another guitar instead of two guitars trying to strum rhythm on top of each other. It'll sound ridiculous. You can do stuff like that. You can take a chord like C and move it. We've all heard this tune. You get this as a... See, here's the thing about C though. C is a little unusual because it's not quite so straightforward because you have... See, there's open stuff happening. These are called open chords because the strings are largely combined of fretted notes and open strings. But you notice this was pretty tight. Like if I just played the D with just three, when I play the G chord, D shape, I play the fourth string. Say I just play these three strings. That's pretty tight shape. Right? But then and so is the E if you just strum these inside strings to get F and so on. Believe you me, people make use of these shapes, move them all over the neck, and that's how songs get produced. That's part of how, it's one method. But here's the thing about C is that you got this G here. It's ringing out open in between everything. So when you move that shape, for example, it's a nice playable D to where, I don't know, say there's a sequence where you have D instead of just playing the C, D, and G, instead of playing the same old D, do this one. And also you get this kind of sliding factor. See how it's sliding? Now these strings are really good for sliding. But so is the shape. The thing is, what I'm trying to explain to you is that and I don't mean to talk down to you, I'm trying to give you advice to where, when you know what these shapes, what the names of them are, now you sound like the impressive guy in the room. You can get in there and, your friend Joe Big Mac is playing, and you're saying, oh, okay, and you start playing the song with these chord inversions that I've shown you ideas for. And with these familiar shapes that you've already kind of mastered the shapes, but now you can learn what the names of them become, what the exceptions are, how to move them. And basically, that's the premise of it. Chords that you can take up the guitar neck, basically. You move them up the guitar neck. This is the idea that I was trying to get across. Chords that exist up the neck. Because I get it. It's challenging. A lot of the stuff's challenging. Trying to give you ways of bridging that intermediate or beginner plateau. Because I can tell you an example of the biggest problem of all for beginners